You see, that is what they're doing. They are not gonna just take land. Like what God was doing as well. They are saying if we need to develop, they only take land. That like what God was saying. Where I came from, Zimbabwe, people have why they've got 7 farms or land, but they are living here. The land is not developed. It's grass forest, but they don't want you to sell it to anybody. They just want to leave it as it is, but they are living here. How do you expect that?
Well, in the West?
Yeah. Where I came from in Zimbabwe, that is what was the problem. One farmer has got about 4, 5, 6 farmland, but the other 2 or 3, 4 is not being used. It's just a forest. And even in the suburbs, someone will have plots around the suburbs. They won't sell it, but it's just grassland, and they are living here. They're staying here, but the land is there. You see, that means they want you to Africa to stay for, especially the Boers in South Africa. They said they were threatening that they want to live with the land, either put chemicals on it, so that even if you grow anything, it won't grow. That is what they are threatening now.
There's a place there called Orania. It's just Orania. It's just white people living there. Inside South Africa.
Oh, have you seen that British man? He wants to say Cape Town to be only for whites, and they want to develop. He wants it to be independent from South Africa.
Right.
From the rest, from the rest of South Africa.
Yeah, that place is not far from the Cape. Not far.
Yeah, that is what he was going on. I know Malema is too radical, but otherwise, when he...
It's radical to the other way.
Huh?
It's radical to the left.
Yeah.
It's not radical to the right.
Yeah, and Malema is too radical, but otherwise he doesn't tolerate nonsense like that, especially like that. Malema is... when you want to develop your country, don't develop it on the sense like I don't want this. If someone, just include everybody as long as you abide with the laws of the land. But the Malema, the problem is his preaching is a bit too radical. He's got some ideas, but some of them are too radical. You mean like...
he looks like he's a Mugabe student.
No, Mugabe wasn't not that bad. Mugabe, I think he became bad because of failing to... Because when Mugabe came to power, he preached reconciliation.
Okay.
But there was a lot of resistance. Oh, yeah. I think the main reason was when they agreed to the Lancaster House before independence, they agreed here in Lancaster House that the British will give money to the government to buy that land, those lands which were not used. And then they will buy that land. They'll give the money to the people. But then Tony Blair refused afterwards. Then they say, now you have got to pay the money back which we gave it to you. I think they're not going to finish paying that money, about £3 billion last year. So you have got to pay it back. They changed their mind. So that's why they were getting angry now. To say, if someone is living in the UK and is no longer any citizen there in Zimbabwe, but he still possesses land there which is not being used. So why should he keep that land? We need to develop it. Huh? We want to build highway, and we cannot build highway because the person said it's mine.
So at this moment of time, do you still have like white that owns acres of land there in Zimbabwe?
Oh yeah. Many people, some of them, they went to South Africa, then come back because
I feel like a lot of them have gone to Zambia.
no. I think Zimbabwe and South Africa is almost the second one with white because what they've done is some people were not happy with the way they distribute the land during that period. Now I think the system is changing now. They were giving their friends, and as a result, they are not even paying the workers. Those who they don't know how to use the land. You see, that is another problem. And there's no money. They are not dishing out money to develop that land. Now it's changing. Now the way it is doing now, they've changed the way they are doing. And Zimbabwe, the problem in Zimbabwe is because of the sanctions for the past 20 years. They can't buy machinery. It's China who sustained it until now to help them to keep the economy floating. China was giving a lot of money while under sanctions. That's why many countries want to come out of this dollar thing. Because the United States is using it as a weapon. If you don't do what we want, therefore we're going to sanction you. Huh? That's bullish.
What's that? You need the hair.
Yeah, do you like it?
That hair?
Yeah, it's the one that I bought.
Okay, you cut it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. It looks nice, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's different, yeah.
I'm glad you approved.
No worries, sir. Thank you.
I'll come back for when you get the curly one.
Okay, no worries, sir. See you now.
Bye.
See you now.
The thing is, the United States is lacking now because they know that their power is, the West is their power is slipping away from China and Russia and BRICS.
So all this war is all about China.
Yeah, it's always about.
So the United States were going to shoot themselves in the foot because of China. So they are imposing tariffs on everybody.
Yeah, well, they don't want what China and another, like France. France doesn't like Russia because the Sahel area, those countries in Africa, where the French were dominating.
But the problem with this is that it's going to make life harder for some Americans. This is a double soul kind of thing. So you will get some revenue from those goods or whatever, but then the American people will have to pay expensive, like cars. Like driving a VW will be a luxury or ultra luxury kind of item.
Oh, the Americans have been living a luxury life all along because the items they were getting less money from China and the other countries, and the people are using dollars. And
so, do you think they're going to bring the textile industry back in America, making garments and all that stuff? Can they pay people? Can they afford to pay people and make it a profitable business? Manufacturing, factories and all that stuff.
Well, that is what Trump is thinking.
Oh,
I don't think Trump knows what is better.
The advance that China spoiled people. So okay, they spoil people. So to remove people from that and say now you have to pay so much tax and stuff. But Mr. Trump, when he talked about people drinking this one for COVID.
Oh, that is bleach.
Maybe we should have tried that.
Oh, bringing bleach.
Yeah.
Is a nuisance.
We should have tried that
And
kill a few people and then come and then cancel it.
I don't know. Because we know that the people were voting for him because Obama and others they wanted black people not to vote for him. What is coming? He fired so many chief of staff in the army, especially the black people, that is fire them. He's firing off of judges who go against him. He's firing about half of all the civil servants and all the judges who make decision against him when he was on trial. How can you claim that's a democracy? Eh?
Mm.
It's not democracy. Last week, 2 weeks ago, you want to fire this judge who make a decision.
It's a Trump like revenge.